Thank you, Chichi. Members of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund NG-CDF Committee have asked Kenyans to jealously guard the kitty to ensure sustained grassroots development in the wake of recent debate on its legality. About 78.2% of the allocated NG-CDF kitty is normally directed towards education, while 5.7% is allocated towards security. And as Mike Kagwango reports, the NG-CDF debate has recently sparked national conversation, with a section of MPs proposing its abolition. Take a look.
The National Government Constituency Development Fund NG-CDF has been the subject of much national discussion lately regarding its possible elimination, despite some legislators' efforts to use the funds effectively. With the questions on how the MPs utilize the biggest allocation at the constituency level increasing amongst Kenyans, the NG-CDF has been a lifeline for many struggling families, in addition to upgrading critical learning infrastructure across the country. In July this year, nominated Senator Tabitha Mutinda argued that abolishing the NG-CDF will help streamline government functions and address the country's pressing debt issues. Her proposal was aimed at reducing government expenditure as an austerity measure before she subsequently withdrew it. Typically, 78.2% of the NG-CDF funds go to education, while 5.7% is used for security. InfoTrack survey shows Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro as the top-performing youthful MP, having revamped 112 primary schools to enhance the learning environment.
Hapa Kiharu tunaona maendeleo, imeendelea kabisa, hakuna kitu yetu inapotea hata shilingi moja.
Even in this now time that we are doing Kabro, all the labor is coming from Kiharu again. And if you come during the holidays when you are doing it, there are people who are doing and there are also people who are teaching others.
Natoa kazi kwa vijana wao, kuna wazee hapa wanapata kitu hapa, wanasaidika na hii mradi ya serikali.
With the help of the NG-CDF fund, a total of 45 schools, including primary and secondary schools in Kiharu constituency, have been fit with Kabro blocks, at least to protect students from dust and mud.
In the previous term, it was muddy and we were not able to come to school smoothly, but at least now we are going to come to school smoothly.
You know, when we talk about we are tidying and doing Kabro, that's not the only thing we are doing. We are doing a lot of libraries. We are doing a lot of laboratories, because it goes hand in hand. But also, as I said, make sure there are relevant books in those schools.
Now, this Kabros and landscaping project has created a room for benchmarking exercise, with more than 40 members of parliament from across the country visiting Kiharu constituency, with an aim of initiating the same within their respective constituencies.
We have feel the experience of utilization of resources, especially when you use labor-based. You will find out that with little resources you are able to do much.
We learned a lot, and we also know that we can share with each other. So
President William Ruto recently questioned members of parliament against misuse of CDF funds, telling them to account for the 57 billion shillings previously allocated to help the common mwananchi. The lawmakers currently on recess are facing scrutiny for their handling of funds, amid reports suggesting that many are redirecting them to unintended purposes. Mike Kagwango, TV 47, Nairobi.